Welcome, Give Me a Flake Man viewers. My name is Victor, and this is my den, my man cave, so to speak. Yes, that is green screen type wallpaper on the wall back there, which I almost never use. Maybe I'll throw something in right now just for fun. Yay, we're in Hawaii. Okay, enough of that. Today's a lesson, a video lesson. A lot of people ask me how to improve their listening. There are many ways. Number one, just listen a lot to everything. Whatever you like to listen to a lot of it. Of course, take notes when you listen. One way that I like to improve my Japanese, because I'm still studying, is I watch ANN News CH, and I just watch whatever looks interesting, and I jot down some of the vocabulary. Underneath each video, they have usually a couple lines, and any words you don't know, or I don't know, I'll just look up, and there you go. You've improved. And then you listen to it again, and then you get used to the set patterns. Now this is for news, of course. Other ways to improve your listening is to watch subtitled shows and then try to look up the words. But the key is don't just listen. Look up stuff. Use a dictionary. Write down. Take notes. Take notes, etc. Look, here's a note, and it's completely empty. But you know what I'm saying. I have no good examples in this particular room, but believe me, I take a lot of notes. Anywho, well, actually these days I put them in the computer. And a lot of people tell me that they review using something called Anki, which I've never used before, but I suppose I should start. Why not? Better late than never. But anyway, today's... oh, and I have to comment on this shirt. This is a shirt that I really like. And I found it in a drawer, and I'd forgotten that I owned it. And isn't that always a nice feeling when you find... It's like an old friend. You meet an old friend. So this is my old friend today. And I like it for two reasons. First, it's comfortable, and it's got that white... I don't know why this reminds me of Wolverine for some reason. I think he has a jacket that has some kind of line on it. And the other reason is it reminds me of Dexter. It's just a casual, the kind of shirt that he wears when he kills people. Except of course his has got little buttons in the top here. Because you get hot when you're killing people. You just want to open that up. Let's get to the listening section. I'll put a link at the beginning of this video. Jump to the listening section. Okay. We're going to go through one video today. I'm going to play it for you, and I'm just going to read you one sentence, and I'm going to comment on some of the material here, on some of the content here. But the actual headline of this article is Kyūkyūu, what does that say? Hansō de sanjūrokkai ukeire kyohi de shibō Saitama Kuhishi. Now, I just read you the headline without looking up anything, so... I don't know if that's actually correct. I'm going to do a quick check. One thing I use to find out if I'm actually reading something correctly is something called translate.weblio.jp, where you can drop the words right into a box and then click the Japanese Nihongo kara eigo e kanji, which is the second of the two yellow buttons on top of the box. And you can get the reading below, right? And I was right in this case, hansō. And then on the right side, it'll tell you the meaning. So it's pretty useful that way. But anyway, the sentence that we're going to concentrate on is the opening sentence of this news report. And it goes as follows. Saitamaken Kukishi de, kotoshi ichigatsu, taichou furyō o uttaete, kyūkyūsha o yōsei shita, nanajyūgosai no dansei ga sanjūrokkai ni watatte, byōin kara ukeire o kyohi sare, sonogo, or sonogo, maybe sonogo, shibō shiteita koto ga wakarimashita. And now, so you can compare with a real professional anchorman.
埼玉県久喜市で今年1月、体調不良を訴えて救急車を要請した75歳の男性が36回にわたり病院から受け入れを拒否され、その後死亡していたことが分かりました。
Now, a couple of things. The actual sentence that I was reading that's underneath the video, which is a great way to study, like I said, because you can look up those words immediately. You don't have to guess what's being said. He said watari, I think. I think he said watari, but it says in the script there, watatte. Well, just a minute.
36回にわたり病院.
Yeah, it says watari, right? Anyway, so I guess there's a difference there, so I'll have to look that up. I didn't know there was a difference. We're going to get to the meaning in a second. And then at the end there, he said sonogo. Sonogo, right? Not sono ato, but they can be read both ways.
から受け入れを拒否され.
Hold on.
その後死亡し...
Yeah, sonogo, shibō. Okay, let's get to the meaning of that. Okay, Saitamaken, of course, is Saitama Prefecture. Kukishi is a city. Kukishi de means where it happened. So at Kuki City, I love that word, Kuki City, woo woo. In Saitama Prefecture, kotoshi, this year, ichigatsu, January, of course, taichou, furyō. Taichou is your condition, your body condition. Literally, that's what it means, tai is body, right? taichou furyō. Furyō is bad. So taichou furyō means you're in bad condition. Taichou furyō uttaete. Uttaete is complaints. You're complaining about something. Because you're complaining about something. It can also mean to plead or to resort to. So a few meanings there. Kyūkyūsha, ambulance. Oh, yōsei shita. He demanded an ambulance, or he called an ambulance. Nanajyūgosai. Nanajyūgosai is a 75-year-old man. Nanajyūgosai is 75 years old. Dansei, man, gentleman. Nanajyūgosai no dansei ga, a 75-year-old man. Sanjūrokkai, 36 times ni watatte, or as I mentioned before, he said watari. That's a kind of a stressor, like even 36 times. If you look it up, it also means for, like for 36 times or over 36 times. Byōin kara, from the hospital. Kara is from, byōin is hospital. Ukeire, ukeire is to be accepted. So basically to be hospitalized, to be, I forgot the English now, to be, you have been entered into the hospital, to be accepted into the hospital. Somebody write it down. What is that word? Kyohi sare. Kyohi is to deny, denial or rejection. So kyohi sare. Sare is the passive tense sareru. Kyohi sareru, to be denied or to be rejected. So he was denied and rejected 36 times. Sonogo, after that. Shibō shiteita, he was dead. Shibō is death. Shiteita was. Shibō shiteita koto ga wakarimashita. At the end of many factual sentences, they say koto ga wakarimashita. We realized, or it was no. Wakaru, of course, is to understand. Wakarimashita is it was understood. Past tense, polite tense. Wakatta is casual. Koto ga wakarimashita. So it was realized or found out or that he was dead. Let's listen to it one more time so you can see if you can actually understand that.
埼玉県久喜市で今年1月、体調不良を訴えて救急車を要請した75歳の男性が36回にわたり病院から受け入れを拒否され、その後死亡していたことが分かりました。
Okay, so that's the gist of the article. It's all, news articles always work backwards from the most important thing being said first, and then they give you little details later. If you watch the actual video, they also say that he was, well, I'll just play it with you and talk about. According to shibō, I think shibō is like a fire engine. Yeah, and they're showing it a fire engine. And this man was apparently suffering from something called, shortness of breath, labored breathing, which is kokyū konnan. Which that's a word that I kind of figured out through the kanji, but I don't remember ever learning that word. Anyway. Again, we see the word uttaete. Uttaete here, of course, is complaining because of. Complaining shortness. I guess he was complaining because he had trouble breathing. And so they called 119, which is the ambulance here. 119. Mizukara is by himself. He himself called. That's something. Sometimes you hear mizukara and you think water? Water? Because of water? But actually mizukara using different kanji means by himself. So actually the ambulance got there within 6 minutes, which is pretty fast, pretty impressive. We often hear in the States how, it took 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, but it got there pretty quick. So in the video they said bed ga umatteru, but the kanji says bed manshō, which is weird. Man means full and shō is floor, but together it means all the beds in the hospital are full. Of course, I will be supplying links or notes in the description. Ryu is a reason. So because the hospital beds were all full, he went to 36 different places and was rejected at all of them. 25 different hospitals, by the way. And here they use watari, not watatte, but in the article they write watatte. 最終的に, in the end, he ended up going to Ibaraki Ken. There is no Ibaraki as far as I know. Ibaraki Ken, nai no. So inside of Ibaraki Prefecture, they took him to another hospital, hansō suru, right? Hansō sareru made. It took 2.5 hours for him to be taken there. And akashi means his condition got worse. Aka is to get worse, exacerbate also, exacerbate something. After that, or sonogo, 死亡しました、right?
久喜市は大変重い事態だと受け止めているとしています。
And the Kuki City said, well, we admit that this is a really terrible thing that has happened. Taihen means very tough. Omoi, heavy. Serious. Jitai, situation. Datto. So, taihen omoi jitai datto uke tometeiru. So we admit that this is really a terrible thing. Anyway, that's the video for those of you who are listening in Japanese. Like I said, if you want to improve your listening, just over and over. Regarding hospitals and stuff in Japan, ambulance will pick you up pretty quick. There is a charge. It's not... Is there a charge? Hold on. I'm trying to remember. No, I've forgotten. Did they charge me? I believe they did, but it wasn't like it wasn't crazy. Like, you know, in the States you hear it's like hundreds and thousands of dollars. It wasn't too bad. Now I am paid up. Let me explain something. When you first come to Japan and you get you're forced by law, you are forced to pay for your health insurance. And here's the catch. The first year, it's really cheap. Like, I forget what it was, but it's like $10 or $20 a month. It's really, really cheap. But after that, they peg it to your financial situation, so to your salary. So you look at your income tax for the whole year, or your salary for the whole year, and then it goes up, right? And I remember there was a time when I was paying like $300 or $400 a month because I was doing well many years ago. Well, much better than I'm doing now. But anyway, I was raking it in, right, in the good old days. And so I was paying a lot of money. Now, a lot of foreigners, they opt out, even though it's illegal. They're like, no, I'm not paying that. Forget it. Because it's so much money. If you think about it, it's like $4,000, $5,000 a year if you're making a lot of money, right? So they're like, screw it, I'm not going. It's illegal to get out of it, but a lot of people just go down and complain or just ignore it. They just stop paying it, right? And most of my Gaijin friends actually don't pay it, or, yeah. But if you want to be legit like me, because I'm legit, you know, I've got a business and a house and a wife and all that crap, and you know, if I don't want any future problems, so I paid it all off. I did stop paying it for a couple of years, but then you know, for various reasons, one of them being this, I went and got it all taken care of, fixed it all up, and paid up all my back payments, you know, and it was really painful, but I did it. Now here's the funny thing. It's really great if you have any dental care. If you're sick, it's really minor. It's like literally like I go to the dentist and it's like 150 yen or 300 yen. It's like $1.50, $3 because insurance pays for everything, right? However, if you are hit by a car, and the same goes for being sick. If you're sick, you go there. It's nothing. It's like 500 yen. The most you pay for is like medicine, right? But if you're hit by a car, I didn't realize this. I got hit by a car. I was on a motorcycle. It was his fault completely. But as I'm being taken to the hospital, I'm thinking, well, thank God I'm all paid up, right? I get to the hospital, and they're like, and I said, I have health insurance. And they're like, oh, health insurance doesn't cover this. And I'm like, what? So health insurance doesn't cover car accidents. And I had like the minimum car insurance because at the time, I think the time I first got my first motorcycle or whatever, I was dating this kind of tattooed chick who's like, yeah, get the minimum one, you know? She was like, whatever. So I think I always stuck to the first you know, plan, and I never increased it. But now, you know, now I've got good car insurance that pays for everything, including the other cars and the other owner's damages or injuries in case he's hurt, in case I hit somebody, right? So now I'm okay, but yeah, at the time I didn't. And I actually, the first time I had it was some kind of chimpira or low-level yakuza type, you know, punk, who like threw $100 ichimaen on the table and just left, and we never saw him again, even though it was completely his fault. But I destroyed his BMW, so maybe that's fair. And I was so happy to be alive, I didn't really care. Anyway, so here's the weird thing about hospitals in Japan. The other thing to remember, when you go to hospitals in Japan, and this is one of the problems with this man, is that there are too many old people taking up hospital beds because of the free life insurance here. Not free, I'm sorry, they're not free. Concentrate, Victor! Because of the health insurance here, because it's all subsidized, because, you know, it's national health insurance, people will go to the hospital for anything. Seriously, you got a cold, go to the hospital. Oh, you got a headache, go to the hospital. And my students are like, why don't you, I'll mention, oh, I got a little slight headache or something. They'll say, go to the hospital. I'm like, what for? I never go to the hospital. And I was raised, you know, to avoid hospitals like the plague, you know, because it's just silly most of the time. And anyway, So if you go to a waiting room in Japan, you're going to see lots of old people just occupying the waiting room. An ex-girlfriend of mine, another ex-girlfriend, different one, not with a tattoo. Her father had a clinic, and she would help out sometimes, you know, in the uketsuke as the receptionist. And she said that every day would be the same guys again and again in the hospital. So that was kind of typical. So there you go. So if you go to the hospital, plan on waiting in the waiting room for quite a while. If you do come to Japan, you live here, I would suggest paying your health insurance. Don't avoid it. The other cool thing was that my parents came and they got sick. They had a really bad flu or something, and we went to a clinic, and they were really helpful, and we ended up paying. Like it wasn't outrageous. I remember that. I remember being impressed. That it was like a little bit, maybe even less expensive than the States. But in the end, you know, my dad and mom, they just took the bills, and I guess they sent them to their insurance back in the States, because they were insured. But something else that's interesting about this article is actually I found out about it because a student sent me, not a student, a student, one of you guys sent me a link. And actually you sent me a link to a French article. So this is actually first posted on a French site somewhere. And the French article has something at the bottom in the article that I'll just read to you. They say that public healthcare in Japan is heavily subsidized and generally of a high global standard. But commentators warn that with a population that is living longer and with fewer young people entering the workforce, healthcare operators could become increasingly strained over the coming decades. So, yes, unless Japan does something to actively increase the number of hospitals and ambulances, then this kind of thing is going to happen again. So that's something else that unfortunately we're probably going to see in the news. Anyway, that's your lesson. That's the commentary. Thanks for watching. Again, I put up this, for those 400 or 500 people who saw it, I actually had a crappy mic, and I tried making this yesterday, but the mic was so terrible I decided to delete that video and redo it properly. I hope you get something out of it. Thanks for watching, everyone. There is a couple new videos coming out. One of them is I'm quite excited about. So when you see it, it's called J Walking, and it's coming soon. So when you see that, click on that, and yeah, I hope you enjoy that. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Anyway, kind of a new thing I'm trying here on YouTube. My name is Victor the Give Me a Flake Man. I'm just Give Me a Flake Man. And do me a favor and click on the proper places, you know, to support this video. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.